Guys, we are back with the living legend, one of the best who have ever done it, Coach Ronnie Shields. And boy, we've got a lot to discuss, so let's get right down to it.
Ventures proudly presents living legend and elite level trainer Ronnie Shields.
Well, thank you, Morgan Freeman. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Guys, we've got a lot of catching up to do because we didn't have him on last week because he was in Vegas. But guys, it's my pleasure to introduce one of the best who have ever done it, the living legend from Sugar Land, Texas, the incomparable Coach Ronnie Shields.
How you doing?
Oh, I tell you what, Coach. Well, look, before we go any further, I would be remiss if I didn't introduce a gentleman that I'm always happy to do the show with, and I couldn't do without it, the incomparable Big J.R. Bell from the Boxing Source. JR, how art thou, sir?
Oh, good, man. Ready to catch up here with the coach.
Oh, man. Well, look. I will say this, and it's probably a good thing, right? That, yeah. Well, look. Where do I even begin? Oh, did you stick around to see any of the fight action when you were in Vegas with your heavyweight Josh Edwards?
Unfortunately, I didn't.
I knew it, Coach. I knew it. Here we go. You get the Vegas gong, brother. But I'm sure you've seen what happened. And do you remember what we were talking about the week prior? We were talking about, I had been told what Master Joe Goosen's fight plan was, and I said, well, it sounds like a very dubious one to me. And you were like, well, let's just give him benefit of the doubt, see if it works. And you were just being nice, weren't you?
I was trying to be nice.
But look, you saw how it played out, Coach. Like, what should have Mario and Joe done against a guy that they were at a severe disadvantage because of how athletically gifted Ryan is, the speed, the power, the reflexes? How would you have tackled that if you had Mario Barrios?
You know, I've never worked with Mario before, but, you know, I mean, I don't know, to tell you the truth, because, you know, I would have to be in the gym with him, at least have seen something that would make me think that, you know, he had to willpower to just go in and just put pressure on Ryan and, you know, try to bang him to the body a little bit. But, you know, obviously, I mean, I don't know what the game plan was, but it wasn't a good one for sure.
Oh my goodness. Well, look, it took Canelo Alvarez several years to add that new wrinkle or skill set to his arsenal in cutting off the ring and closing the distance effectively.
Yeah.
And apparently Joe and Mario tried to do it in one camp. That's not going to work, is it, Coach?
No, it's not. It's not. But here's the thing, right? Mario's was a world champion. You should know this already. Come on, man. This is not something you learn overnight. This is something you should have learned at the beginning stages of your pro career.
Yeah.
This is this is not this is X's and O's. He go this way, you go that way. He go that way, you go this way.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
it's simple math, is what it is. But
some fighters just aren't as all-round talented as Sweet Pea Whitaker.
but it don't take a genius to to understand this. What you have to do. I mean, but if he's waiting on Joe Goosen to teach him that, then what about the ones before him and before him and before him?
Bob Santos, Rich Barrientos.
Yep.
I'll plead the fifth. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, look, I'll say this. It didn't help that, let me get your opinion on this. Joe Goosen was sparring Mario during fight week, 35 rounds, coach. Was that a good idea or no?
Obviously it wasn't.
Well, look, he couldn't lose the weight in a healthy manner. So he ended up having to drop 16 pounds in one day before the weigh-in. That's why he came in dry as a bone on fight night, coach.
Man, come on, man. This is all backwards.
Yep. That's what I'm saying.
I used 16 pounds overweight the day before the fight. Well, the day before the weigh-ins.
Because he was eating like a horse while he was sparring.
Man.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, well, this is all according to people on his team who told me everything during fight week. That's why I was insisting, hey, if you guys are going to bet on Ryan Garcia big. Because look, when this fight was first announced, coach, you and I were both talking about, hey, you know what? Mario has a good chance of winning this.
Yeah, absolutely.
If he stays on the outside, boxes him from mid to long range, because let's be honest, everyone who's had success with Ryan has boxed him proficiently from mid to long range, turning him, keeping him in the center of the ring, staying away from that left hook.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you do that?
I guess they wanted to surprise Ryan.
Well, surprise.
But
Ryan wasn't that surprised. It looked like.
But here's my take on some things, right? So he leaves this Bob Santos, right? And he goes to Joe Goosen because Goosen trained Ryan, and he thought that would some way help him.
Well, I mean that
right.
I mean that was part of it. The other thing was that Coach Santos was saying the past couple of fights, what he was doing with them wasn't quite working. You had the two draw results against Manny Pacquiao and against Abel Ramos, so he just felt like a change of scenery for Mario Barrios would kind of like be the thing. But I guess the training regimen of Joe Goosen just wasn't it for Mario Barrios.
I guess.
I would say that looking up at the lights with your back flat on the canvas is a change of scenery. Yeah, I would agree. But guys, let's take this time to say hello to our dear friends in the chats. Big Luke from now Pennsylvania. Hope you voted today, brother. God bless you, my friend. My brother in Christ right there. Also, Carlos, good to see you, my friend. Thank you for supporting the coach. Also, my brother, Boxing Gems, Ryan, does an excellent job. Guys, if you haven't already, please go subscribe to Boxing Gems, a plethora of boxing knowledge right there. And thank you for supporting Coach Ronnie Shields on this fine day. Well, look, I'll say this. Coach, it looks like we're going to have to wait even longer now for Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia, the rematch, even though that's the hottest matchup that can be made in the domestic United States. Instead, we're going to get Rolly Romero versus Devin Haney.
That's a good fight. I like it.
Yeah. What do you like about it, Coach?
Well, because Rolly right now is on a roll, and he's feeling good. So we're going to really see how good Devin is, because Rolly is no pushover. Rolly can really fight, and if Devin can outbox him, and I don't see him going toe to toe with Rolly, but I do see him moving around a lot in this fight. Otherwise, I think he'll be playing it into Rolly's hands. But I think it's a good fight, and it's one that I think Devin is going to probably be the favorite, because I think Devin is a little bit more experienced, in the pro game now. But I really think this is a great fight.
Well, you know why this is happening, right? It looks like Rolly Romero was getting ready to get mandated by Gilberto Mendoza Jr. in the WBA in fighting Shakram Giasov for little to no money. So he's like, hey, well, let's do a unification bout that Trump's a mandated fight for a lot more money, even though this one is just as risky, if not more, because Devin Haney's a very good fighter, especially from mid to long range. Yeah, it's going to be a tough outing. But it's going to be for a lot more money. So Ryan's just got to wait. What would you do if you were Ryan's brain trust? Would you keep him busy, keep him active, fight your guy, Brian Norman Jr.?
I would definitely do that.
Yeah. Talk to us about this merger, Coach. And once again, congratulations, senor. Oh, let me give you a round of applause for that one. Congratulations. What transpired? Was it Adrian Clark who set this up?
Yes, it was Adrian Clark and Jolie Mozone. They both gave me a call and asked me would I be interested in looking at Brian and seeing if maybe, something could happen between us, They told me he was going around to a few other trainers also, and they just wanted to see what fit best for him in his career. So he did that. He went around to a few other guys, and then he came here, and I think right away we kind of bonded right away. He liked the style that I teach. He likes everything about our gym. He likes all of the fighters that's there, and he just feel at home here. So he's here now. And he's about to look for a house in the next few weeks. I really think that we're going to mesh really good. And so far, things are going great. He likes the way I train. And, we spend a lot of time together. And, I really think that, this is going to be a great union between us.
And do they have anything planned just yet for Brian Norman Jr.? Do you guys want to get him off the snide and in the win column in the interim, and then look for another title fight?
Actually, he's going to promote himself now. So
wow.
And so Johnny Mazzone is going to hit the promotion for him, and they haven't spoken yet about what they're looking at right now, because they're just trying to get us to continue to just keep working together to make sure that we're on the same page, by the time we announce a fight.
Whoa, wait. So this mean that Brian Norman Jr. may not be under Top Rank? Oh, this kind of messes up the article I just posted.
Uh-oh, wait a minute. Uh-oh.
Oh, oh man.
Well,
Looks like I
as
can
far as
smell
I'm
a
concerned,
reprint.
as far as I'm concerned, right? I haven't heard anything about Top Rank, but I know he started his own promotional, and now it could
Thank you,
be in
Big Frank.
conjunction. It could be in
God
conjunction
bless you,
with
sir. Salud.
It could be in conjunction with them. I don't know, but I just know what I've been told. So
Gotcha. But props
Ah,
to Adrian Clark, Jolene Mazzone, and Fighters First Management. Of course, they are involved with Mr. Justin Paldo as well.
woo! Justin. Hey,
So
come Floyd
another.
Schofield doesn't want that smoke. Who's he fighting? Erica Badu or someone?
He said Erica Badu. That's crazy.
Who's he fighting, Big James?
A Lucas body.
Oh, that's right. Lucas Badu. Same thing. I think Erica Badu maybe has more talent.
Oh man.
How come he's not picking on Justin Paldo? Ronnie?
I have no idea.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I see milk on the whiskers, brother.
He's pleading the fifth, Joseph. He's pleading the fifth.
There it is. There it is. Always. Oh, yes. Okay. Very good. Oh, something tells me Floyd Jr. and Sr., they don't want none of that smoke. Speaking of Floyd, Coach, if I'm Canelo Alvarez, I'm a little pissed off right now. It looks like they're going to take his date and fight on Netflix, Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao, Part 2 on Netflix. Coach, your thoughts?
Well, I mean, I really don't have any thoughts. Here's the thing, man. Floyd is making another comeback. Well, I can't say another comeback because he did an exhibition years ago.
Well, it looks like he's doing an exhibition in the interim to get ready for this one as well.
Yeah. That's what it seemed like.
Retreads. Does boxing need any more retreads, Coach?
Not at all. We don't need it.
No, we've got enough hungry young talent worthy of these TV dates.
That's exactly right. Man, we have some really, really good fighters that's coming out, that's out right now, that really needs to, be seen. I don't understand it. These guys, they wait until they go broke, most of them, and try to use their name to come back to take away from the guys that's really deserve, this time that people need to see them, but, it's always happened, and I guess it's just never going to stop.
Oh, boy. James, you have any thoughts or questions about this as well?
Well, I mean, the thing is, you would have thought that we would have seen Canelo in the ring there in some capacity in September. Now, it may still happen, but given the potential opponents for him in September, I don't know if there would be that much interest behind it. So, having this Mayweather-Pacquiao thing come up is like a very interesting, thing. I mean, the talk had been there from the previous year. It was like amplified when Manny Pacquiao had his performance against Mario Barrios in July of last year. So is it something that I'm surprised about? Not that much. For Netflix, they're kind of like looking at it as, hey, this is probably the highest generated fight that we could probably come up with. Given the current state of boxing, they're looking at it that way. It's bad on one side, but at the other side, when it comes to business, that's what they look at, as far as like the bottom line is business and viewership. So I think that's how you kind of like would look at it.
You know what? I'm getting really tired of Netflix, to be honest. Like, they've got the opportunity to be the biggest stage. Look, they're putting on Tyson Fury. They're putting on Conor Benn versus Regis Prograis.
Oh my God.
And well, hold on, Coach. Am I just going nuts, or am I the only one who likes this matchup between Regis and Conor Benn? Regis being a pocket counterpuncher and a heavy-handed one at that. Is this his last chance for glory against Conor Benn, who's largely untested at 47?
Yeah, absolutely. This is Regis' last chance. We just had opportunity before, but Regis is a good fighter. He can really fight. So this is a great opportunity for him. But he realizes that he's a huge underdog going into this fight. And why such a huge underdog, I don't know. But they have him as a huge underdog. But if anybody can pull it off, it could be Regis Prograis.
I think this is going to be. This has a chance of blowing up in Conor Benn's face right there in his hometown fans in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, where he pulled off he beat Chris Eubank Jr. just a couple of months ago. He's the effective aggressor, but Regis Prograis is a guy that loves aggressive-minded fighters who come right at him, and he's been in some wars. I think if Regis has anything left, I think this is really going to shock people. Well, and wouldn't that be something?
And that's the key word. If you have anything left. You got to understand, Regis was a 140 pounder. Going up to 147 now. 7 pounds is a lot. That's a lot in the boxing world. So how strong is he going to be at that weight? And Conor Benn, he may weigh in 47, but he's going to be at least 10 to 15 pounds heavier on fight night. So.
And wait a minute, James, do you know if there's going to be any Veda testing involved?
I don't know about Veda testing, but I would be curious to see if Conor Benn actually makes 47, because the word going around is that this fight would be around 150. So,
oh man,
there is that.
Man, that's not good news for Regis.
Yeah, it's not good
news. Look. If Regis, put it this way: if Conor Benn isn't on that good, if he's not on that egg salad diet, I think Regis has a chance here. But if not, if there's no testing, yeah, I don't like this for Regis at all. But hey, it's going to be a good payday. And Eric Gomez says, in his best Canelo voice, "No Veda, no life." Yep, there it is. And thank you for supporting Ronnie on this beautiful day. Thank you, brother. Let's go back to Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios, right? I love Mario. I love his entire team and his family. Good people. But now his brain trust has the idea of sending him up to 154. The land of the badasses, Coach. Arguably the most talented division in all of boxing, the deepest division in all of boxing. Coach, do you like his chances for success at 154?
No, not at all. Not at all. Not with his style. He was really big at 147. But, sometimes, you just have to fight your weight. And his weight is definitely 154. But, there's some badasses up there.
Including several of your guys, Coach.
Oh, yeah. I got some guys that's really good and would love to fight Mario. Absolutely.
I know someone from Greece who would love to fight Mario.
Yeah, me too.
And I know someone from Jersey who would love to fight Mario.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the one from Jersey is a middleweight. So he's a middleweight now.
Yeah. We got the pro box thing coming up still.
Vito, that's right. Vito is a middleweight. He's going to be fighting on Pro Box, isn't he?
Yes, on April 11th.
April 11th. I love it, guys. I love it.
I'm in New Jersey.
Yeah, look, if I'm Mario Barrios, I'm going to be dialed in on Sebastian Fundora and Keith Thurman, picking on the loser who I think is going to be Keith Thurman, and you can bill that as a return match and a revenge fight and a loser go home match. I think that would be interesting. What say you, Coach?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that'd be something. Something for if it happens that way that Thurman loses, then I think Mario ought to look at that.
Okay, so his team seems to think.
Matches.
Well, look, yeah, I know. Well, his team seems to think that they have a good chance of getting the Errol Spence Jr. fight. Coach, Mario's team.
Well, I mean that's a strong possibility. I don't see why not. I don't know what weight Spence is going to back it. Is he going to be at 54 or 47?
It looks like, for all intents and purposes, they're coming back to 54, getting ready for a fight against Tim Tszyu.
Yeah, that's
in my opinion, though.
That's a really good fight.
You think that's a good fight for Errol Spence Jr. or tune-up for Tim Tszyu?
Absolutely. I think for Errol Spence, I think that's a good comeback fight for him.
Mario Barrios. Well, it looks like Louis DeCubas isn't crazy after all. Because that's who suggested it, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great fight. Look, Tim Tszyu has been on the down for a while now. For his last couple fights, I mean, where he won his last fight. But before that, his last two fights before his comeback fight, he didn't look so good. But, he got a win under his belt now. Maybe he thinks he's back. But if anything, that's a great fight because he's choosing a name that everybody knows, and he wants to be relevant. And he realizes that in order to get back to the top, he has to beat Errol Spence. But on the flip side, I think for Errol Spence, that's a great fight for him because Tim Tszyu fights exactly the way he wanted to fight.
Yep. There it is. And Daisy, we want to welcome you to the show and thank you for supporting the coach on the stage. She says, if Canelo fights anyone in the Independence Holiday weekend, Navarrete already said he's ready to fight on the undercard. We're going to talk about Emmanuel Vaquero Navarrete in just a second. But let's focus on Canelo. In my opinion, I think he's going to take on the winner of Armando Resendez versus... Hold on, guys. Let me do this correctly. Versus...
Hitman.
Woo! Jamal Charlo, guys. May 2nd. It's going down on the undercard of Benavidez and Golden Corral, Zurdo Ramirez. Yes. Boy, that guy looks like a biscuit shy of heavyweight, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
And have you seen how big his cranium is, too? My goodness. His head looks about as big as Conor Ben's right now. Jeez. But look, so tell us, how is Charlo looking in the gym right now? I know you guys are already preparing. Is he ready to take on a world titleist right out of his inactivity?
Absolutely, without a doubt. The thing about it is, Jamal's a fighter. This is what he does. And, although he hasn't been active, he's still, he had the one fight, against Conflict in a manner that, that went his way, but, it wasn't a hard touch for him. It was a soft touch.
Mm-hmm.
Still, all in all, Jamal is who he is. And, he's one of these fighters that, he loves the game. So he just has to continue just doing what he does, keep training hard, and everything is going to fall in line.
Oh, boy. And are you... now, once again, you don't like to look forward past Armando Resendez, tough guy, earned that title victory against Caleb Plant. But if things go well, Are you guys looking at Independence Day weekend with Canelo Alvarez in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, barring any wartime interference?
Yeah, I think that'll be a great fight. He can, avenge his brother, number one. And I'm sure he would like to do that. But I think right now, at this moment, his cause has to be to look at everything. We can't look past him. This kid is a really good fighter, and we just can't look past him. We have to be on our A game, and so it takes a lot of work, and that's what we're willing to do.
Well,
Yeah.
congratulations once again, Coach. Yes. Yes. James, you have any follow-up, sir?
I mean, yeah, y'all have already, been starting the groundwork for this particular fight. So looking forward to seeing the performance there from Jamal Charlo against Armando Resendiz. And like you said, you can't, look past him here at this point. That I think Caleb Plant, got caught with that, last year. So you got to know what's going on with Armando Resendiz and be prepared for anything that he has. He's a very tough customer, and he was able to walk through a number of the punches that Caleb Plant had in that fight in order to get back into it and win it. So can't cut any corners for this fight.
There it is. There it is. Coach never does. And I tell you what, we're looking forward to May 2nd, guys. And that's going to be PBC Golden Boy Promotions on Amazon Prime pay-per-view. Guys, it's going to be a terrific card. In your main event, David Benavidez against Zurdo Ramirez. And, yeah, I like it. This is a unification bout at cruiserweight. How do you think, because looking at the standoff, right, at the press conference, it was shocking to see David Benavidez, the much smaller man there, wasn't
it? Yeah. Yeah. Both of these guys gained a lot of weight, man. This could probably be the only camp Benavidez I have that he really don't have to lose any weight.
Yep. I'll tell you what, Zurdo's going to have to lose some weight by the looks of that press conference. Jeez. He's giving Dan Rafael a run for his money. Oh, did I say that out loud? Chingao. Oh, guys, it's good in boxing. Guys, let's take a look back this past Saturday night. Emmanuel Vaquero Navarrete proves his naysayers wrong once again and makes light work of Eduardo Sugar Nunez. Coach, how do you prepare for a guy like Emmanuel Navarrete in the gym? He's so unorthodox and he throws some such strange angles. How do you prepare for that guy in the gym?
Well, every night before you go to bed, you get on your knees.
It seemed pretty clear to me that he had no idea how to combat Vaquero. It almost looked like Oscar Valdez all over again.
Yeah.
A guy who was very confident, was looking to knock him out, but when you're faced with that gangly, awkward style, you're like, wait a minute, what? How do I do this? He's constantly tapping you, constantly pressing the action, and he's throwing shots from such odd angles that shouldn't work from way out in mid to long range, and they're landing. And all the while, your face is getting busted up, and he doesn't even have to load up on anything.
Yeah.
Ronnie, is he the man currently at 130?
Oh, he's definitely the man at 130 right now. I don't see anybody else there that can handle that pressure that he has. He's such a good fighter, man, and he touches you everywhere. And that's the thing. You have to prepare a lot when you fight him.
Yep. I tell you what, guys, I want to get Coach Ronnie before we say goodnight. And I'm going to have to make this short because I am Brother Joseph from God's Perfect Love Ministry during the day. But at night, I am DJ Joseph or DJ Jophus at Brandy's Ice House. And yes, I'm getting ready to go live tonight at a little bit past 8 o'clock. So, guys, if you're in the San Antonio area, come by Brandy's Ice House. I'm going to be DJing and hosting karaoke tonight. But look, it's rumor has it that because of the commercial and critical success of Shakur Stevens and Teofimo Lopez, ESPN is now sitting down with Top Rank Inc. and renewing their deal. Is that good news for boxing, Coach?
I think it is. I think it's great news. I think it's great news. And I think, Top Rank has a lot of good fighters. And I think ESPN probably came back and said, you know what? These guys deserve another chance. I just hope that it all works out, that the ratings can be really great. And they could see that boxing, people still love boxing. So.
Oh, look at this. My brother Eric says he's requesting Casey and the Sunshine Band tonight. Coach, what's your favorite Casey and the Sunshine Band? Is it Get Down Tonight?
Oh, yeah, that's the only one.
Do a little dance.
Make a
little love. Get down tonight. Oh, and it's my brother, 1 Ton Ryan Singleton, my brother in Christ. Says, Joseph, I wish I were in San Antonio. You could be sure I'd come by and sing some Eye of the Tiger from Survivor. Yes. And I'd do the backups for you, brother. It's good to see you, Ryan. Thank you for supporting Coach Ronnie Shields, future Hall of Famer, on this beautiful day. Look, guys, coming up on the boxing schedule, obviously I touched on Sebastian Fundora versus Keith one-time Thurman. Coach, what? Yeah, look, Sebastian Fundora is the sizable favorite going into this fight. What does Keith have to do to win this, Coach?
Well, I think Keith, he can't sit on the outside. You just can't do it with Fundora. It's been proven that Fundora can be knocked out. Okay? So I'm sure they're looking at that fight and seeing everything that happened in that fight. And I think you'll see Keith throwing a lot of overhand rights. A lot. But I just can't see Keith winning this fight. I just don't see it. I think, he has the power to do it. But I just think Fundora has improved so much that he knows what to look for now.
Yeah. Look, well, best of luck to you, 1 time. I don't know what else to say about this, Coach, but I agree wholeheartedly. And yeah, well, credit to him for getting in the ring. Hopefully he makes it to the ring this time.
Yeah.
You never know with Keith. You never know with Seabass. Let's just hope for the best, guys. It's scheduled for March 28th. Also on March 28th is a return of Moses Itelma. Yep. And guys, later on in April, we've got Derek Chisora versus Deontay Wilder. Coach. Oh boy, Coach. Are you going to even watch this fight?
I may watch it. Because you know what? I really think it's going to be a knockout. And the problem is I don't know which way it's going to happen.
Uh-oh. Look, I hate to say this, guys, and it hurts me to say this. My money's on Chisora. See, I love bringing up Derek Chisora to Coach Ronnie because he always calls him one of my favorite breakfast tacos, chorizo. Yes. And Ryan says, I think Keith's 1 time was a long time ago. So you're telling me he's Keith once upon a time, Thurman. Ryan. Yep, there it is. And look, Eric, he agrees with you too, Coach. He says Fundora has come into his own. He's got his man strength now. Yes. And he is using his range finally, Coach.
Yep, finally using that range. And let me tell you something. And the crazy thing is he can punch. You know, he's a really good puncher.
Mm-hmm.
So, so you have to really smother this guy. You know, you can't beat him from the outside because he's established his jab now, and he wants to keep you on the end of it. But he wants you to get close because he can fire them huge uppercuts that he throws down.
Oh boy. Yeah, he can beat you up at any range, and Keith is gonna. Well, he's just gonna have to keep moving. He's gonna have to use his feet in this one. I don't know if the old man can do that for 12 rounds.
And we
Moving in
can't
and out
see.
of the pocket. We're gonna have to see. We'll see, guys. Eat your Wheaties, Keith. And want to say hello to our dear friend Toby Bartlett. Thank you for supporting the coach on this day. Good to see you, my friend, across the pond. Speaking of across the pond, there's also another great heavyweight fight slated on the boxing schedule. And that's going to be Fabio Wardley defending his title against Daniel Dubois. Coach, is this a 50-50 fight or what?
I really believe it is a 50-50 fight. You know, just look, I think whoever get hit first is going down.
Both
That's the way
guys
I
can
see this
crack.
fight.
Both guys are behemoths.
Yeah,
Both guys are huge.
yeah,
They're like
yeah,
both 6'5", 6'6".
no doubt.
And is that why Usyk is fighting the kickboxer? Coach, he doesn't
Of
want any of
course,
that British smoke.
he's fighting a 1-0 guy. What kind of mess is that? Can't believe it. They
Well,
let him
look.
fight a 1-0 guy.
Uh, well, look. There's a chance this fight might not come to fruition because of just the turmoil in the Middle East at this time. Let's just pray that everyone remains safe and this
Yeah,
gets concluded very, very quickly. Because if the fight were now, it would be called off. They would have to move it somewhere else because, yeah, the Giza pyramids in Egypt, yeah, that's not going to happen, guys. Let's
right,
just, we support all of our uh, men in the military, in the service, and we hope that they remain safe, right?
absolutely.
God protect all of them. But Eric says, Usyk, shameful. Well, look, I've got mixed feelings on that, though, Coach. Do you think Usyk deserves a tune-up like this? A stay busy fight?
Well, look, you know, here's my problem with that, right? You have fighters. You have fighters that's ranked in the rankings, right? And you you work hard to get a ranking. And when you finally get a ranking, you know, as long as you're in the top 15, you can fight for the world title. This guy is 1-0. Where is he ranked at? Is he ranked anywhere to get a world
He is
title?
he's a legend in the kickboxing universe.
Okay, I understand that. But does that kick over? Does that kick over to the ratings of WBA, WBC, IBF, WBO? Does that kick over to that?
Not that I know of, Coach.
That's my point. You know, all of these guys that has been busting their butt to get a ranking, they finally got there, and they skipped over them and put in a kickboxing.
Well, tomato, tomato, Coach.
So I'm saying this. I'm saying that to say this, right? I'm training a guy named Junior Santos,
Mm,
and he was the same way. He was a kickboxer, world champion,
mm.
and he was a bare knuckle world champion. So when it's time, and he have maybe 2 fights, and get ready to fight somebody for the world title, I don't want to hear it.
And for that, Coach, you receive the War Week round of applause. Yes. Speaking of heavyweights, Joshua Edwards, where on earth did Golden Boy dig that pizza maker up, aka Sasquatch, that you guys fought together? He had more hair on his chest than he did on his head.
Yeah, this guy got Canada, man. Real awkward fighter, you know. But not to make an excuse for Josh, but Josh hurt his back in that fight in like the second round, and he's trying to turn southpaw. It wasn't any better, so he had to. I just told him tough it out. Stand right-handed, and he couldn't sit down on punches. Otherwise I know Josh would have got him out of there.
Yeah, this guy was he looked like he didn't try to win. He was trying to survive. He was moving the entire time. And look, how about that footwork, Coach? Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, jeez. Yeah. Like I said, where did Golden Boy dig up this guy? Yeah, he looked like he just mowed my grass the week prior. Jeez. No offense to all of the fans of Carpaccio, the pizza maker, whoever his name was. I don't even remember his name, Coach. Ching Gao. But hey, like the old saying, like the old adage goes, win ugly today, look good tomorrow, right?
That's it.
I tell you what, though, when should we expect to see Josh Edwards back in the ring, sir?
We'll find out. We'll find out tomorrow, actually, because he's going to the doctor tomorrow. He has an appointment tomorrow. What's going on, and I'm sure they're doing X-rays and MRIs or whatever, and we're going to find out tomorrow. So I'll let you know next week.
Very good, very good. James, do you have anything else to talk about right now? Because it looks like we're coming to a close. We're having to close up shop early tonight because I've got to spin some hits and sing some songs. Yeah.
You talk about the heavyweight division. March 28th, they got the IBF eliminator there with Frank Sanchez versus Richard Torres Jr. I think that's going to be an interesting battle there with the up-and-comer Richard Torres going up against Frank Sanchez. I want to see if Frank Sanchez fully recovered from his knee injury that, caused his loss to Agakabiel, and if he's still a viable contender there in the heavyweight division. So I think that's going to be one fight to look out for.
Yeah.
Coach, who do you like in that?
I like Sanchez. I think because of the experience, because of the amateur experience he has, and the pro experience that he has also. Torres is young, strong, but he just comes straight forward. If Sanchez can start backing him up, Sanchez have a great chance to win.
There it is, guys. There it is. I tell you what's going to be a great fight. It's going to be on the undercard of Keith versus Seabass Fundora. And guys, don't steal this. Purchase it March 28th. Yeah, look, we've got Moses Itama, also the return of him versus Jermaine Franklin. I love that one. That same day, earlier that day from England. And it's going to be interesting to see if Moses Itama can finally get some rounds in, or is he going to make light work of Jermaine Franklin? I can't see it. Coach, do you think he's going to finally get some rounds in against the tough man from Grand Rapids?
No, I don't think so.
Really?
Jermaine has a lot of experience, but Itama, young, strong, hungry, he's got to get him out of there. This is his reputation. So he has to stick to his reputation. And I think he's going to do that. He's going to get him out of there.
Oh, boy, I tell you what. I love it, guys. I love Moses Itama. I think he's going to be the next big star coming out of the UK. Yeah, I think that's just about it, guys. Do you have any parting shots for us, JR?
Nope. Just looking forward to what's coming up here for the month of March in the fight game.
There it is, guys. There it is, guys. If you haven't already, please bookmark boxingsource.net. JR Bell. Yes, thank you, brother, for being on the show. And, Coach, do you have any parting shots for our listening audience there?
No, as always, you can follow me on Instagram at official Ronnie Shields.
Yes, Coach Ronnie, thank you. Guys, if you missed any part of the show, go ahead and rewind it right now, or you can listen to it all week long, guys. But on behalf of J.R. Bell and on behalf of the living legend, Coach Ronnie Shields, I'm Joseph Aaron. You've been listening to World Week Boxing. Have a great evening, everybody.
Ventures proudly presents living legend and elite level trainer Ronnie Shields.